Hello, it's me, Jimmy, creator of Battle Beasts, a tabletop RPG zine currently on Kickstarter as part of Zine Quest 2. In this video, we're going to go over the basics of how to battle in Battle Beasts. It's a core part of the game, it's a core part of the name, and so we're going to quickly go over what you need to know um, and give you a bit of an intro to the battles. I've set up this example. It's got 4 beasts who have all been set up with their basic stats. I've given them nicknames based off some of the Kickstarter backers so far. As a little thank you to them, here you are immortalized in this video. I've given them all one move because they're all level 1s. And yeah, as you can see, these are their base stats. We're going to do it today as a 2v2. So we're going to put Adam and Blake, our chimpanzee, and our Pagma on the same team, and Yowie and Shelby, our Meercannon and Pasquerade, will be our other team. You could do it as a free-for-all. It could be 2 players or 4 players, but yeah, this example will go 2v2. So a quick overview of these example beasts and moves that I've got sitting here on the screen. You can see their attack and defense stats. These influence the amount of damage done or taken. We've got their speed stat, which is then split into your movement and evasiveness. So for every 5 in speed equals 1 movement or 1 evasiveness, and they influence different things. And then you've got your HP, which all of these guys start out with 20. These stats grow as your beast grows and levels up. Each time you level up, you get 3 HP and 3 stat points for you to choose which stats you want to boost. So you have a bit of choice in how your beast grows and what you want to focus them on. But for a lot of them, the zine will give you a gist of what the beast is naturally good at, and so that might be where you want to take that beast. So from this you can see Chimpanzee already has 2 in attack, so it's a pretty attack heavy beast, whereas Pasquerade has 12 in speed and no additional points in attack and defense, so that's meant to be a quick little lad. You can also see their type. There's a symbol there on each card, and they all have an ability at the bottom, which is special, something unique for that creature, which will influence the battle. As far as their moves go, you can see they have a type as well, a name. There's a rookie and a master level to each move, so as a stage 1 beast, as all of these are, they can learn their rookie moves, which for all of these guys, that means that the damage is 2d4s. There's accuracy and the amount of uses, so the amount of times you can use that move, just to make sure that stat boosting moves don't go too crazy or anything like that. But then there's also a master level, and that might enhance the move. It'll enhance the damage, it might change the range, as you can see with these ranged attacks. And that can be learnt as the beast evolves. You'll be given access to mastering the moves. The range part of the move cards that we've got, the white area is what it can learn as a rookie, and then there's a sort of hatched area which is the master range, and that's just a nice visual way to see which squares it can hit. And it also has either shoot, throw, or conjure. If it's a ranged move, it might say melee if it can only hit front on. But those influence how the ranged attacks act. So a shoot will hit the first thing that is in the way, whereas a throw you might choose to throw it over a beast, or you can more easily throw that over partial cover. And there's Conjure, which just appears in the square that you aim it at. And then some moves, as you can see with Flamethrower and Jet, have bonuses that you can do. So Flamethrower has a chance of burning the opponent, which will decrease defense. There's also going to be stuff like Paralysis, Poison. A move might be able to push or pull a beast away or towards you, or it might knock them down and they have to use their movement to get back up. Stuff like that. As you can see with Jet, that boosts the speed, S for speed, until next turn. So that's pretty cool as well. Some of them might influence stats or HP or anything like that. So that's a bit of a look at what we've got here. So the way a turn will work and the battle will play out. The fastest beast will go first. So in our case, that's Shelby with a speed of 12. Everyone else is the same. So you could roll dice to see who moves next out of those guys. But for my sake, we'll just go clockwise so that I remember. And then on their turn, they can either move and then attack. They can move and then hold and hold off on doing their attack. Or they can use some of their movement and then attack and then use the rest of their movement. So, to take a bit of a look at it, we'll start as if the battle started. So I've started them nice and close together so we can get to attacks pretty quickly, but Shelby won't be able to reach anyone with their 2 movement, but there's also type effectiveness to pay attention to. But Shelby is on Yowie's team, so he might move up towards Pagma because he actually has a type advantage against Pagma. Air is good against fire, so he'll go up there, and then he can't reach, so he'll hold. Holding off on the attack means that they can do an action out of turn. An action like dodging, which will enhance their evasiveness, bracing, which might enhance their defense, or using a counter attack, just to keep things a bit interesting. So, that's all Shelby can do on their turn. Yowie will be able to hit someone, so they can move here, and that means they could already hit Adam if they wanted to, or they could keep going and try and hit Pagma. But since Shelby's up there, we might just move here, and then they'll use Rock Throw on Adam. So the way an attack will work is first we have to check if it hits. So we look at the accuracy of Rock Throw, and that's 20. So we need to roll below the accuracy. And that's including the 20. So that should be all good. That's not changed. But we also have to look at the defender's movement. So Adam has a movement of 2, and that is also their evasiveness. And we need to roll above that, so 3 or more. So we're looking to roll between 3 and 20, including 3 and 20. So if I use my handy dice here, I roll a 3, which is only just a hit. But it is still a hit, so we have to roll damage. So Rock Throw's damage is 2d4s. So I'll roll that, and I rolled a 2 3s, so I've got 6. And then we look at Yowie's attack and Adam's defense. So Yowie's attack is 1, Adam's defense is 0. So the difference there is an extra damage for Yowie against Adam. So this 6 becomes a 7, and we do 7 damage to Adam, so they'd be down to 13 HP. And we'll just try and keep track of that instead of crossing it out and changing it. Yeah, we only used 1 movement to get here, so they could use their other movement to just move back here away a little bit. Now it would be Adam's turn, and so they have a movement of 2 as well. And if they move here, they'll be able to water gun against Yowie and get their revenge. So we do the same thing. Your water gun's accuracy is 20 as well, and Yowie's evasiveness is 2, so we need to roll the same results. I rolled a 6, so that's a hit, and then you roll the 2d4, and that's 2 4s, which is 8, and Adam's attack is 2, and Yowie's defense is 1, so that 8 becomes a 9. Now, because Adam is super effective against Yowie, that doubles the damage, which means that that 9 becomes an 18, which is a pretty rough hit for the first hit done to Yowie, and they would be down to 2 HP. We'll have to see, maybe that's too much, but it's all in the works, so we'll keep going. Oof. Okay, so we'll give Blake his turn. He might move. Well, he doesn't even have to move if he wants to hit Shelby. So we'll do that just from here. So Flamethrower has an accuracy of 18. Because it has that chance to burn, its accuracy isn't quite as good. So we need to roll 18 or less. But Shelby, because they held and didn't use an attack, they could choose to try and dodge, and that will increase their evasiveness by 5. So we need to roll between 8 and 18. Whew. So they rolled an 18, so it still hits. And so then we have to roll for damage. So roll 2d4, and that's a 7. So Blake's attack is 1, defense is 0 for Shelby, so that 7 becomes an 8. And Shelby's dodge didn't work out, but that's 8 damage to Shelby. And then Pagma also has their ability for partial cover behind the boulder. Oh wait, we have to do burn as well. So Flamethrower has a 20% chance of burn, so that's a 4 in 20. So if I use a 20-sided die, I need to roll 1, 2, 3, or 4. I rolled an 8, so it doesn't burn Shelby at this point. But yes, as I was saying, Pagman's ability for partial cover behind boulder, they would have to choose now where they're standing in regards to their boulder. So they might try and put their boulder between them and Shelby for a bit of cover. But yeah, that's everyone's turn. That's 1 round in a battle, so you'd go back to Shelby and they could go for another hit. But hopefully that covers the gist of Battle Beasts. You've seen what you can do on your turn and some of the effects of moves and that sort of thing. So hopefully this gives you a nice gist. Yeah, thanks for checking it out. I hope you'll check it out on Kickstarter, take a look at more of the info there. As I said, this is a work in progress, so there's still some little kinks to iron out, but this is where it's at the moment in regards to the battles. Thank you again. Really appreciate it, and maybe I'll see you again soon with another video covering some other stuff about battle beasts.